Hi again. We're currently anchored on the western coast of Mallorca, and we're planning our next steps, deciding when to leave the area. Buenos dias. Oh, just fell. Yeah, we're in this really nice anchorage, but we're just looking at the wind, so we've got to cross to see some friends in Ibiza, and there's really strong winds coming on Friday. 50 knots of wind, so it's about 60 miles to get to Ibiza.
Really don't know what we're going to do, basically.
Trying to figure it out. Let's look at the winds.
Boom.
I've never seen it go pink.
I've never seen that color.
Look at that.
So yeah, 33 sustained, gusting 54 is the peak forecast.
But Ibiza's not too bad then either, is it?
No, Ibiza would be better.
You'd be way better off there. But then, are we really going to make it there before Friday night?
Well, that's the problem. So today's Tuesday. Here's tomorrow, nose on the wind. Thursday, nose on the wind. And then Friday, boom, here it comes.
It's already there.
You're not going to cross on Friday.
We'll figure it out. Meanwhile, the anchorage is really, really beautiful. We just want to stay here. We decided to go for a walk to the closest town to stretch our legs and grab a coffee before making a final decision on what to do and where to go next. So we didn't end up going to Anchorage in the end. We got basically as far as the town, but then we had to put our masks on and we couldn't really be bothered. It kills the flow of the conversation. It's just kind of nicer to have a coffee and a water on the boat, which is what we're feeling at the moment. Sometimes we really crave it, but not really today. So
I think if you're going to pay €6 for a juice, it's got to make sure you want it.
Yeah, it's true.
Honestly, breakfast at home is always so much better anyway.
I know.
Can you imagine what it would cost to get you a nice big fruit muesli bowl like this with a coffee?
Look how big that is.
And this view.
I was just saying we've met a really nice guy on the boat next to us. Jan on Ahoy. So I think he's the first person we've met who is one our age, but also trying to like work and make money as you go and try to make it like a sustainable thing. Often you'll meet people either who are like retired and bought a boat and are doing their retirement on the boat, or people who have saved up and are doing like an extended trip. And it's like a different vibe. I don't know. It's like a different.
Your time spent differently.
Yeah, different priority. You can sail faster when you do that, whereas when you're trying to like work and make money as you go, it's like a different pace of travel. So it was cool to kind of
exchange ideas.
Yeah, and have a bit of community feeling in that.
So we're toying with the idea of leaving to Ibiza tonight. So we are heading around. We've left our anchorage, so it's a bit exposed to the swell. I mean, we could have stayed there the whole day, but we figured we'd come out, just see how bad the swell is before making a call to cross to Ibiza today or not. The big wind that's supposed to be coming has been extended now, so it's going to last longer than we expected, which means that we don't really know when we'd be able to cross unless we cross today. So, it is pretty sweaty. We'll see how it goes.
Really difficult to know what the right decision is.
Bye, Mallorca! In the end, we decided to go for it and cross to Ibiza that night. It wasn't going to be a very exciting passage, unfortunately. With the narrow window of needing to cross to see our friends and also making it there before the strong winds arrived, we were preparing ourselves for a night of motoring against wind and swell. Not ideal at all, but we enjoyed a good sunset as we said goodbye to Mallorca. Oh my gosh. It's like a roller coaster up here. Oh my god. This music's so much.
Oh my gosh.
Wow, if you want to get a thrill. If you're falling asleep on watch, just come up here and do this. And like,
oh, okay, I'm awake. I should probably get off before I get seasick.
On such an uneventful passage, we kept ourselves busy by baking some bread underway. Nothing like waking up to your night shift to the smell of freshly baked bread.
I never really learned my colors. I never really see you blush. I never really cared for navy. I never really cared that much.
We were so happy to have some wind again, and we had a beautiful and quiet sail that morning all the way to the anchorage just off Ibiza town to the Bay of Talamanca. So we got this crazy wind coming. We've just come into the bay of Ibiza town. We're trying to find a spot, so we're just hovering here. But before we anchor, because of the wind coming tonight and tomorrow, we want to make sure that our anchor's
Really sound.
strong.
And there's one point in our chain that I don't really trust, which is this swivel. And it's just because this piece of metal in here just seems really thin, and also I don't know how it's welded on these end bits, and it seems to be bent a little bit already. And you know what, it's probably fine. We've held in like 40 knots before, but to be honest, I just want the peace of mind to not have to think about it. So I'm going to put just a regular shackle on here, forfeit the swivel, and then feel better about it.
Yeah. Wait, a bit far? We've just dropped anchor. I'm enjoying just the boat being quiet and still for a change, and pretty tired, so I'm just gonna go to sleep. We're hoping that we've anchored okay, because obviously they have like the Posidonia police here who are really hot on not anchoring on Posidonia. That's like a protected weed or plant. You usually have to drop your anchor in sand, but not just the anchor, also all the chain. And we've obviously got like 60 meters of chain out, so I mean there's just no sand anywhere, so it's impossible. We're obviously on Posidonia. Hopefully they don't come get us. We've woken up from our nap and feeling so hot because the sun was just blazing through the hatch. Yeah, and then we went for a quick dip just to like cool off and took a look at the anchor. The anchor was set really well, but it got really shallow. We were like, the keel was touching the Posidonia. So we've just re-anchored, and hopefully a slightly better place now in a patch of sand. So Lars has just dived back in and is going to lay out any chain and just check that we're good to go, and then I'll dig in and he can watch it dig in as well, just to make sure that we're holding well. How is it? Re-anchored and time for some food.
Yeah, we deserve it. Bon appetit. So I've just noticed our Italian neighbors here have run aground. And I don't blame them because it's really shallow here and there's a lot of boats around that make it look like you're okay. But I'm gonna go see if I can lend a hand.
Disaster.
I know, these guys are hammered. They're smashed, a bunch of Italians.
A drunk boat, just
Hammered. There's
yeah.
like three sets of cruises are on trying to help them.
Man. The plan was to pull a halyard which passes through the top of the mast with the dinghy to leverage them off the rocks. Yeah, that was a failed attempt at helping. They're all really drunk on their boat, so I mean, trying to like get cooperation going is just not possible. Plus language barriers, right? Because they're Italian. So we're speaking like a mixture of Spanish, English, French, Italian.
Oh gosh. And they're not just drunk. I mean, they're gone. Or two of them
Yeah.
are. The two supposed skippers,
yeah.
I guess, right?
Not helping at all.
Smashed.
Yeah.
And they have a couple of friends there who are also in a bad state. And they don't really know what they're doing. They just kept doing exactly what
opposite
they shouldn't have been doing.
And then we just all ended up leaving.
This black dinghy with a couple of Italian guys showed up and like, no, we're gonna
take
solve
over.
it. We're
So we were
gonna take
like,
over. All right.
Okay, go for it. But they're still here.
They're still trying to get them off the rocks.
And it's dark now.
Good morning.
So what are you up to, Lars? Why are you still in bed?
Because it's kind of cold. We didn't sleep that well last night. We're in Ibiza, and the boat next to us had an actual DJ on it. Like, just a normal sailboat. And the worst part was that the sound system was really good, and the songs they were playing were pretty good too. So it kept us up. And we tried to yell and be like, hey, turn it down, but they couldn't hear us. They
Not
were
a
in their
chance.
own little floating club universe. And it was pretty windy as well, so I got up a few times to stress, basically. So I'm a bit tired.
Let's have some breakfast.
Yeah.
That is Party Boat. Look how close they are. So there's a Mistral wind blowing at the moment, and it's just made the air really cold. Like, I really want to wear socks, and it's the first time I want to wear socks in about 4 months. So I'm worried. I hope it doesn't last. I'm wearing a jumper. Like, we've had to close all the windows on the boat. Winter is coming.
No. So we are trying to install a pump for our shower sump. I should be saying that fast. And we have the spare pump on board. This was just on the boat when we got the boat. So we're just testing to make sure it works. And I think we'll use this for the sump pump. And basically we're just trying to stop the shower water that comes down into the sump from going into the bilge, because then it gets kind of stinky and gross in the bilge. We want to be able to just pump it straight out. It should, I think, come through that side.
And where do you want to put it? Out that side?
It's giving it into the
Okay.
sink again.
Is that yours?
That works.
Nice.
That works great. Cool. We have a working pump.
Yes!
Nice. Sorry?
The one that's outside of the box?
Yeah. There's like a few. We have a bunch of them.
This one, no?
Yeah, perfect. Thank you. Loctite 577. This is one of the best products I've ever used. So, things are moving along. We've got the spare pump, and I went and bought a little waterproof switch.
There's been an update on the sump pump situ.
Welcome back
Hello!
to the most my favorite place in the boat, where I spent a lot of time fixing shit, literally. The head. Anyway, the sump pump is now at least wired up electrically, So we've got this cute little waterproof button. Look at it. And then
Oh, that is cute.
if you click it,
So that's the pump now.
yeah, that's the pump. No more stinky bilge. We're not there yet, but
Soon.
you know,
You're doing well.
progress. High five. Now, I'm gonna sit and prepare for my call.
Yeah. We didn't get to stay too long, but we had a quick walk around Ibiza Old Town that night, and it had us wanting to come back for more. Thanks for watching this video. Join us next time as we make the most of our time in Ibiza by checking out the beautiful colours the island has to offer.